Good evening, KV Rising. We are here at the Kellyville Event Center, home of the Kellyville Ponies. KV Rising is your home for the live pony sports broadcasting. Tonight is homecoming. We're going on about 30 minutes early, if you can see the clock. I'm not sure of the attendance in homecoming tonight, so we're just going to go off of what my dad says down there at the scorer's table.
Hey, and real quick, I got an announcement to make. Speaking of your dad, the CEO, founder, president of KV Rising is back in person with us. So welcome him back. Glad to see him recovered. So I'll stop talking and let you guys listen in.
Our first attendant of the evening representing the freshman class is Miss Alyssa Kreitzer. She is the daughter of Billy and Esther Kreitzer. Her activities include weightlifting, FFA, and student counseling. Alyssa plans to go to college and major in computer science. Alyssa's escort is junior Corey Hurst. He is the son of Chef and Christy Hurst. His activities include basketball, fishing, and hanging out with family and friends while playing video games. Corey plans to go to college and become an architect.
right, there it is. Your 2022 homecoming court. Your king, Mr. Evan Wiggs. Terry, I know you're proud.
Yeah,
I
proud
saw you,
daddy. Yeah.
I saw you trying to hold in your clapping whenever
I was
you
trying to
first
be
got
quiet.
introduced. You try to. Hey, but that's okay. Be proud. That's okay. And your homecoming queen, Mrs. Emily McDougal. And today, in fact, is her birthday also. So
Oh, wow.
that's a pretty awesome birthday present, if you ask me.
Yeah, that is great. I didn't know it was her birthday. Fantastic.
We've got about 18 minutes or something like that. 18 minutes, 37 seconds to mess around until the game starts. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm going to take a quick break. I will see y'all here back in about 36 minutes, knowing how late I am usually.
No, truly, we'll be back in about 16 minutes or so. So get you something to drink, get settled in.
Make some popcorn.
Find a comfortable spot in your living room or wherever you might be, and come back and join us here in about 16 minutes or so. And we'll bring you the boys game live here from Kellyville. Your ponies facing Henryetta Knights. We'll see you then.
right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back after our little short 15-minute break. Still live here from the Kellyville Event Center as we stand up and listen to the State of Oklahoma song. All right, there's the starting lineups for both teams. Kellyville Ponies, the Henryetta Knights, as they face off tonight here in the Event Center.
And they both come in, well, not the same exact record. Henryetta Knights 6-9. Your Kellyville Ponies 7-9. Both have the same loss. The last three games for Henryetta, they've gone 1-2. Lost against Preston and one against Morris, the Okmulgee tournament. And then they lost just this week against Morris. Kellyville 2-1 the last three games, with a win at the Kiefer tournament against Ripley and against Central Salisaw. And
Henryetta gets the tip.
They dropped a game against Preston this past week, a close one, 48-50.
Terry, I don't have a rock. Never mind, yes I do. Henrietta's first on the board, but, or no, sorry, not first on the board. Ponies are the first on the board. Connor Thomas goes in for a layup, gets that to go. That's number 3, that's Nick Hudson. Pass over to 22, Hunter Gobin.
Last matchup, Kellyville won 60-50. That back on December 3rd, just the second game of the season for your Ponies.
That's number 11 just off the mark. Rebound to Owen Bellis. Off the mark, that was Ethan Palmer. Kellyville ball is tipped out of bounds by Alex Hudson.
Jacob, I marked the starters for him there if you want to copy that.
Okay. You have the pen?
Wiggs unable to get it to go, but Norris with the rebound, and he puts it back for 2.
Bellis takeaway, driving down the court now. Layup just off the mark, rebounded by 24. That's short. Tipped by Mosby. Henryetta ball. Good hustle there by Mosby to get that ball just knocked loose. Sure, it went out of bounds, but still great hustle on that play.
Yeah, he just couldn't get quite a hold of it with 2 hands, but it was a good disruption play by him to knock it loose. And there's a ball knocked loose by Wiggs, but Henryetta comes back up with it. And another ball knocked by Bellis. So your Ponies so far early here in the first quarter, great defense, disrupting Henrietta's offense.
That's number 11, Ethan Palmer, as that ball is tipped away by the King. Evan Wiggs.
No, that was Thomas got a hand on that.
Oh, I thought it was Wiggs.
No, Thomas knocked it out. Wiggs might have got a tip as they passed it, but Thomas knocked it out just before.
Palmer again over on the wing. Gets to Alex Hudson.
Another ball knocked free. Bellis with the steal as that pass goes right to him.
Bellis double teamed by Palmer and Hudson. First foul of the game, charged to Palmer. Norris looking for an opening, gets Mosby. Mosby over to Bellis now. Bellis to Miles. Over to Norris, inside to Bellis again. Mosby over in the corner, he's clapping. Gets over the wing, Norris for 3. That's just off the mark. Rebound to Bellis. Bellis goes back up with it. It's good.
Great start for your Ponies. 6-0, 5:24 left here in the first period. Something to keep an eye on down in the paint, Jacob. Obviously, maybe I'm paying attention a little more with it being Evan, but Wiggs going against number 24, Jordan Short, and Short's getting away with a little bit of holding down in the paint as Wiggs trying to get open in the paint.
Is it just me, or is Short a little bit too tall to have that name?
Yeah, he's
the same height as Evan over there.
Looks like about the same height.
That's Hudson guarded by Norris. Miles picks up the double team over now to Palmer. Tipped by Wiggs. Miles with the takeaway, gets tripped up, gets it taken away again. That's short. That shot's good. Henrietta's first points on the board. Bellis now to Miles. Over to Norris in the corner. Norris for three. And it's good. Three-pointer. Connor Norris.
Norris with 5 of the 9 points so far.
That's 13. Phillip Rice, he was just off the mark with that. Hudson now driving in, foul, no basket.
And they missed a foul, Bellis, as that three-pointer went across the rim. Bellis had the easy rebound, but got pushed in the back. It knocked him out of position. And it just was unseen by the officials. And then that foul's going to be on Bellis, I believe. Yes.
That was Palmer. His shot's good, three-point land. Norris. Pony ball that's tipped out by Hudson. Cronister taking it in now for the Ponies. He gets it inside to the King Wiggs. Is it okay that I call him that? Is it derogatory to other people, or is it like?
Well,
I mean, it's fitting for the night.
For the night, I suppose.
For the night, yeah. Wiggs, first shot just off the mark.
Yeah, it's off the front of the rim. He's struggled a little bit so far here in the first quarter. Couple of shots in the paint, not able to get him to go. And both his free throws no good. But
Miles! Wow!
Great job by Miles to get that rebound and put it back for two. As Wiggs missed both of his free throws.
Hudson bringing it up the floor now for Henryetta. That's tipped by Cronister. Palmer gets it. Back to Hudson. Back to Palmer on three-point line. It's over to 22, Gobin. And that foul's on 24, Justin Miles.
So far each team have two team fouls apiece. And that first free throw's off the mark by Short. Your score 11-5 here with 3:47 in the first. Second shot's off the mark. Thomas isn't able to come up with it. Goes out of bounds, so Henryetta ball on the baseline.
That foul's on Bellis.
That's going to be his second, so he'll take a little bit of a break here. And Nance going to come in for Bellis.
That's Hudson, guarded by Mosby. Gets out to three-point land. Guarded closely by Mosby.
And Thomas able to come down with that rebound. And he got fouled as well. So now both teams with 3 fouls apiece. Miles can take a break. Wiggs comes back in. So you got Nance, Cronister, Wiggs, Thomas, and Mosby on the floor for the Ponies.
Mosby now to Cronister. Cronister up top. He's guarded by Gobin. Wiggs now inside.
Yeah, they called it travel. If anything, I thought maybe it was a tie-up, a jump ball. I kind of felt like I had a foul in there, but at least a jump ball, but they call it travel, so Henryetta ball. Kellyville still playing the kind of trap defense. Back out of it a little bit, one-on-one. Hudson for three. It's off the mark. Wiggs tips it back. Nance comes up with the rebound.
Woo! Fancy move by Wiggs there. Doesn't get it to go, though. That's Nick Hudson. Over to brother, I'm assuming, Alex. Now Rice. Over to Osterdock. His shot's off the mark. Tipped multiple times. Good hustle there by Chronister.
Oh, my goodness. He completely missed that call. That ball got tipped by the Knight after Wiggs got a hand on it. Yeah, he completely missed that. And I'm not sure how. He was right there.
Hudson rejected by the bottom of the backboard. Good job by Evan Wiggs to put that back up, get that rebound, that takeaway.
Wiggs with his first points of the game, very unusual with about a minute 40 left in the first quarter. He finally gets on the board. That'll give him a little confidence. He's been struggling a bit in the paint. Playing good defense, though, both ends. And there's Norris with a rebound. Norris to Wiggs. Ball gets stripped. Mosby gets it back. Here comes Norris. Norris over to Mosby. Mosby in traffic. Nance for three. Off the mark. And again, Short getting.
There's a lot of physicality going on in this game.
Short doing a lot of holding underneath. And I can tell, just because I know, Wiggs is getting frustrated. Hopefully that doesn't cause unneeded fouls. The Short getting away with a lot of holding underneath in the paint.
Mosby now to Miles. Over to Norris. He's guarded heavily by Hudson. Back over to Miles on the wing. Miles passes to Chronister. Chronister over to Norris. Norris still guarded by Hudson. Norris gets it over to Mosby. Mosby is guarded by the other Hudson. And he is something. Gets that ball stripped away. And Wiggs with a block. Great job, great transition by the Ponies there. Mosby for three, just off the mark, rebounded by Chronister. There is so much physicality going on in this game. Mosby's talking with the ref right now.
The Henryetta coach is pretty upset as well.
Coach Winters going on over to see what's going on in between the two. Now he's questioning what the coach is saying.
The Henryetta coach yelling, pointing at Winters.
Now Winters talking to the referees.
So after one, your score 13-5. Kellyville with the lead.
If you ask me, there's a little bit too much physicality going on in this game. This could end up not necessarily like past games that I've seen, but this could end up very terribly if the refs don't get it under control.
Well, like I said, and I'm not just saying this because of who he is, but there's a lot of holding going on in the paint by Short against Wiggs. If you got it on your video screen when it's in view, just just take a look away from the ball, activity that's happening. Now Wiggs is guarded, double teamed, and he's going to be called for a foul. That's going to be his first. So 14 fouls for Kellyville, 3 for Henryetta. I mean, 7 fouls called, but there's a hook by Hudson not called.
There we go.
And Short's going to be called for a foul against Bellis as he goes up for that rebound. So now both teams at 4 team fouls. As physical this game is, I'm actually shocked there's only 8 fouls called total. Again, Wiggs double teamed, and they're going to call a foul against number 3 as Henryetta double teaming Wiggs, and they continue to actually triple teaming Wiggs. Now they go back to a double team. Wiggs trying to get open underneath, and ball's on the floor. Jump ball. Henryetta possession arrow. You know, Jacob, I haven't paid much attention to the score 13-5. Seems like we've been at that score for at least a couple minutes, if not closer to 3.
Yeah, and what I'm noticing more about the physicality in this game is there's a lot of swiping going on. Swiping for the ball, and it's mostly Henryetta as they're swiping away like that, just like that. And they call Bellish for a travel on that. That's...
Oh, my.
Be sure we can't throw these rubber ducks to the refs.
Yeah.
Hudson, guarded by Bellis, over to Palmer. Palmer double teamed. Now Hudson for 3. That shot's off the mark. Down low, Miles is on the floor saying that Short pushed him down, which believable. Now Hudson takes the ball out.
This is definitely one of those games where a third ref would do a lot of good, because there's a lot of activity going on away from the ball that, you know, with 2 refs, that's just it's real difficult for them to keep an eye on that. They're having to watch the play of the ball, so they're not able to keep track of that away from the ball activity or extracurricular activity actually is going on between both teams really, which I think some of it's coming from frustration from lack of calls by both teams. You know, that's the tough thing about high school basketball. If you get an undercalled game and high school boys get frustrated and they start kind of taking it out on each other. And there's a 3 by Palmer. So that finally changes the score here, 13-8. Kellyville still with the lead. Here comes Wiggs. Gets it back out to Miles. That ball's stolen by Hudson. Another block.
That's the second on Palmer. Rice comes in for Osterdock.
So Kellyville 1 foul away from going to bonus as Henryetta has 16 fouls. Kellyville with 4. Thomas and Norris unable to handle the pass from Thomas, and the ball slips out and goes out of bounds, so Henryetta ball. Right at about 5 minutes left to play in the halftime, not in the ball game. Jump ball. That was in sync there, Jacob.
We do this for so long, we practically say the same thing.
They're going to call a foul, I believe, on Norris. He's working against Alex Hudson. There's a loose ball on the floor. Norris has it, ties it up. So possession arrows back to the Ponies. So we'll have a change of possession here. Chronister's going to inbound it to Norris. Here comes the Ponies. 4:44 left in the half.
Mosby. Over to Thomas, over to Norris. Norris, pump fake. Spins. Over to Chronister. Chronister looking for somebody. Back over to Mosby up at the top. Norris. Poked away by Hudson.
And they get the 2 points on the transition. There's another steal. Number 3. An easy lay-in. Now a 1 point ball game, and Coach Fairchild wants a timeout as Henrietta's closed this to a 1 point ball game here in the last 2 minutes with a couple of real quick turnovers by the Ponies. Ponies just got to calm down and play their game. I can tell they're getting frustrated by the lack of a few calls. I can see they feel like Henrietta's getting away with a little bit, pushing and shoving and slapping around, and Henrietta probably feels the same way on the other end. But your team fouls are 5 and 6, so as far as fouls called, they're pretty even. That ball is going to be, I don't know why they didn't call a kick ball before it went out, but it was kicked by Henrietta. It is called out of bounds on them, so Pony ball. Nice. The nice catch inbounds by Chronister. This is a contested inbounds. He tries to get it back inside, and it goes out of bounds. So, again, another turnover here by the Ponies. Here in the second half of this second quarter. And Chronister with a jump or tie up and jump ball. Short can't believe it. He thinks there was a foul. Henrietta ball on that possession arrow. So here we go. Ponies on the defense here, trying to get another stop. And I believe they're going to get Chronister.
No, they're going to get Miles there. That's his second, I believe. Rice now at the line. Shoot 2 for the Knights. First one's off, second one's good. Tie ball game now. Nance bringing it up the floor for the Ponies. He gets past Hudson. Mosby now in the corner.
Another tie up. Kellyville possession arrow. And miscommunication. Kellyville struggling a little bit. There's the miscommunication. That ball was just kind of literally just thrown out of bounds. I don't know how that wasn't a walk, but Wiggs with the steal, gets it to Nance for 2.
So the Ponies, for the first time since the first quarter, scored a bucket.
Yeah, they got almost 6 minutes without scoring here in the second quarter. Oh my.
That's Miles' 3rd foul. Thomas coming in for Chronister now.
Thomas, I switched that up on you. Thomas came in for Miles. Chronister stayed on the floor. So Wiggs, Thomas, Nance, and Chronister, and Mosby on
Rice
the floor.
goes for the rebound. Can't get it to stay in bounds. Now Chronister passing it in for the Ponies.
So Ponies facing that turnover monster here in the second quarter. They've only scored 2 points here with 2:27 remaining.
Full press by the Knights. Nance gets it back to Chronister. Chronister bringing it up the floor. He's guarded by number 2. That's Palmer. Now Chronister over to Thomas. Back to Chronister. Over to Mosby in the corner. Mosby, mid-range jumper, just off the mark. Rebound Wiggs. Wiggs, mid-range jumper. Bounces in and out. Hudson now, bringing it up for the Knights.
Nance with that rebound.
Mosby for 3, and it's good.
Another unusual thing happened. That's Mosby's first points of the game here with 1:30 left in the half. That's very unusual for him to go this far into the game with no points. Nance. I think Nance was trying to put it up for Wiggs for a dunk, and he just laid it in there for an easy layup, which is probably the better thing, better choice. So good job on Nance. And Wiggs got a hand on that, or a finger. May it fall short.
Mosby again for 3. Hey, whoa. Ostrodoga is trying to go for Wiggs now. Falls on top of him. That's a technical foul. Get him out of here.
Yeah.
He started punching on Wiggs as soon as he tackled him.
Well, right there, folks, what we've been talking about. You call it a loose game, that's what happens. The frustration comes out. These are high school boys. These are high school boys that get frustrated with the no calls and the constant grabbing and slapping and pushing and things that are going on away from the ball, and it boils over. So the Ponies right here just got to keep their composure after that blow up. They got to keep their composure. And Mosby,
first shot.
First shot's off the mark on, on a technical. I don't know how they're getting the stand there off to his left.
Shouldn't they be across half court?
Yes, they should. They should have had to been on the other side of half court during that technical shot. But for whatever reason, again, in my opinion, not having control of the game, they allowed them to stand there with their coach as if it was a timeout while Mosby shot those free throws, which is against the rules. The other team, both teams have to be on the other side of the half court line.
Wiggs.
Nice move by Wiggs. What a move.
Both teams in bonus now. Cronister gets hit in the mouth.
Henryetta coach is on the floor. He's extremely upset. But that was a clear elbow. Woo! 20 seconds.
Not sure how that wasn't a foul.
8 seconds. Nance has it. Here comes Wiggs. Wiggs with a jumper off the mark. Less than a second. And that's going to be into the half. So Kellyville jumped out. They caught on fire the last 2 minutes of that quarter based on that technical on Henrietta's, I believe it's number 33. And that lit a fire under the Ponies. And they come out here the last 2 minutes of the second quarter, now have a 10-point lead, 25-15 here at half. So they're going to, I hope they keep their composure. Hopefully Coach Fairchild talked to them about how important it is for them not to get down to that level. And they need to really keep their composure when they come out here in the third quarter.
Well, hey, I mean, this is exactly what we were talking about with the Kiefer game. We thought Tempers were going to flare too because it was such a loose called game. This is exactly what we were talking about that night. If Tempers flare enough, there's going to be some fighting. There's going to be some technicals. There's going to be some ejections, and you just saw that here tonight.
Well, folks, hopefully everybody will take a breath and calm down a little bit. We'll come out and have a much more competitive second half for you. Ponies with a 10-point lead. We'll come back here to you in about 7-8 minutes or so.
are back from our halftime break. Score, your Ponies 25, the Knights 15.
Well, hopefully we'll have a little cleaner game. Very, very chippy here in the first half. If for some reason you're just now joining, halftime score 25-15, Kellyville with the lead. First quarter score was 13-5, and Kellyville didn't score a point till there was 3-4 minutes left in the second quarter before they finally scored two.
Yeah.
And then it got really chippy. There was a technical called. One of Henrietta's players was removed from the game. And there's a three by Alex Hudson. That ball tipped away by Wiggs, but Henryetta gets it back. Loose ball, but Henryetta is able to recover. Short in the paint. Another tipped ball, but Henryetta still able to maintain possession. So Kellyville getting their fingertips on the ball. Just haven't been able to come away with a. And Cronister we called for a foul. I think that's his second. And pass in the paint. So Henrietta on a 4-0 lead early here with less than a minute expired. And that ball's knocked away as Wiggs gets it in the paint and triple teamed. He tries to go up for the layup. A 5-point ball game here. 6:24 left in the third, and short wide open underneath. Easy layup. Now Henrietta 6-0 run as Mosby in the corner for three, and it's no good. Ball's loose, and Henrietta comes up with the rebound. So Kellyville's got to find a way on offense here as they're drawing a goose egg here in the third so far on offense.
Rice now. He's blocked by Thomas.
Nice block by Thomas. That's 4 blocks for your Ponies, 3 from Wiggs and now 1 from Thomas so far. Kellyville playing pretty decent defense, especially in the first half. Here in the third quarter to start, not so much. Again, Henrietta 6-0 run.
Another block by Thomas there. Pony ball.
Nice hustle by Norris. Norris gets up and tries to give it attaboy to 23 Hudson on Henrietta, and he didn't want anything to do with it. Walked off from it. So
Mosby guarded by Hudson. That's off Short's foot. Mosby keeps it alive inside to Wiggs, and Wiggs with the and one. Short's visibly angry. Wiggs
called that on number 13. Wiggs off the mark, so Wiggs struggling tonight. He's 0 for 3 from the free throw line. Another foul on number 13. Wiggs with just 6 points and 0 for 3 from the line. Struggling offense, but he's had a good defensive game. And that ball's going to be knocked out by Short as Norris trying to get it into Wiggs. So Kellyville struggling just a little bit on the inbounds. Thomas with that rebound and goes back up, and he's going to be fouled. So they double team Wiggs on the inbounds, which opened up Thomas, and he was right there. You get the inbound. He missed the first shot, got his own rebound, and as he put it back up, is fouled by Short, and that's his second foul. Thomas makes his first attempt. And he drains the second one. So 29-22, Ponies with the lead. 5:16 left here in the third. And a blocking foul called on Wiggs. It's his second foul. Here with 4:59 left in the third. Cronister almost comes up with the steal. But Palmer able to maintain.
And Mosby with the answer back.
Great job, Mosby, in transition to get the ball down quick and get that three up. And there's a walk and not called. Another foul, number 13. I think these officials came together at halftime and decided they weren't going to let this game get any more out of control. They're calling it seems to be a much tighter game here in the third than they did the first half, as we already have about half of the third quarter gone. We already have 6 fouls called. And a three there by Miles off the mark. Miles with the rebound. Here comes the Ponies. Miles over to Nance. Nance at the top. Miles tries to get it inside to a slashing Cronister, but it's going to be knocked away and stolen by Palmer.
Palmer gets it to Short. Short shots off the mark, rebounded by Nance. Nance double team now, gets it to Cronister. Cronister taking it down, gets it to Wiggs. Short's down there. Wiggs shot just off the mark, rebounded by number 3, that's Hudson. He takes it down the floor now. Mid-range jumper, that's off the mark, rebounded by Hudson. And his putback's good.
That's only Cronister's second. I thought he had I thought that was gonna make his third. So that's good that he has less than I thought. So and Hudson with the rebound to make it a 3-point play, or excuse me, free throw. 38 or 32, 28. And Wiggs fouled as he tries a reverse lay-in. Hudson got the hand on it, which knocked it away. And Wiggs' struggles continue from the free throw line. He's unable to get that to go. know Wiggs really kind of having an out of character game as far as his offense. He's 0 from 5 from the free throw line. He's usually a pretty good free throw shooter. And short with a 3. Brings it to a 1-point ball game. Mosby with 3 on the other end, and that short falls short. Wiggs tries to put it up as he gets the rebound, and he's going to be fouled by number 5. And Fairchild's going to have a timeout before Wiggs goes to the line shooting 2. We come back from this timeout. We'll see if Wiggs can break the curse of the free throw line, as he's 0 from 5, but he's got to just keep shooting. So I'll run through the scoring real quick. Bellis with 2, Thomas with 4, Wiggs with 6, Miles with 2, Mosby with 9, Norris with 5, Nance with 4. Bellis 2 rebounds, Thomas 2 rebounds, Wiggs 3 rebounds, Miles 2 rebounds, Norris 2 rebounds, Nance 3 rebounds. You got Wiggs with 2 steals, Bellis with 2 steals. And then Thomas and Wiggs with a few blocks. Wiggs with 3, Thomas with 1. So there's some of your statistics so far. And a little disclaimer, I don't claim to be 100% on my statistics. If I'm wrong, then I missed it as I was looking down marking something. So, and Wiggs' woes continue from the free throw line, and that, Jacob, I can tell you that's probably going to get in his head if it hadn't already. And he finally breaks the trend there, sinks his second attempt. So 2-point ball game, 33-31, 2:15 left here in the third. So low scoring game really for a third quarter score with just 2 minutes left. That ball's up over the backboard. And Kellyville ball. Like I said, the last matchup, the final was 60-50. And we're just now about the halfway point to that game as far as points scored, and we only got about a little over a quarter left. Wiggs with that layup, 35-31, Kellyville. And Hudson to get that rebound just past the outreach arm of Wiggs to go, so brings it back to a 2-point game. Ball almost stolen by Henryetta. Nance able to maintain it. Here comes Miles with the drive, gets it off to Wiggs. Wiggs tries the baseline. Wiggs goes around and baseline jumper off the glass for 2. Less than a minute to play here in the third. Here comes tight defense, and they're going to get Norris on the foul. Norris was wanting a hook called on Hudson, but instead gets a foul called on himself. There's another 3. And Wiggs was going for that, grabbing the rebound, but he saw Norris coming, so he let up, thinking Norris was going to grab it, and the ball went out of bounds before Norris get a hold of it. So fortunately, Henrietta's second attempt there on offense is no good on the shot. So Kellyville with the ball, about 20 seconds remaining. Nance at the top. They're going to go for one shot. 37-33, Kellyville with the lead. 15 seconds. Here comes the double team. Get it to Wiggs. Wiggs to Miles. Miles drives in. And he's going to be fouled. 6.9 seconds left. And sends him to the line shooting 2.
Kellyville's in bonus now. It's very, very crazy to see how this game has turned from the physicality game it was to everything's a foul now.
Yeah, like I said, Miles, as he gets both of his, I think the officials just kind of had a chat with each other and decided that, you know, they're just going to call a close game. So after 3, your score is 39-33. Kellyville with the lead. So Kellyville has led this entire game up to this point. They just need to stay with their game plan, keep strong with the defense. But I'm glad to see that it's calmed down a little bit. I don't like seeing what we saw in the first quarter. I mean, it was happening on both sides. Not saying this because I, a biased Kellyville fan. It was happening on both sides, but a little more so, I believe, from Henryetta. As just me witnessing the game and paying attention to the away from the ball action. There was a lot of shoving, elbowing, and things like that going on that, again, I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. Boys high school basketball should have 3 officials every game. It's just too fast. Most games are just too fast-paced for 2 officials to keep up with. So it makes their job very, very difficult. Cronster trying to get over to Mosby in the corner, and that ball's knocked out by number 13, Rice. So Kellyville ball inbounds. Norris with the inbounds on the baseline. Cronster with a jumper, and it falls short. Here comes Hudson. He's going to be kind of all alone, and then Kellyville closed in quick. And kick ball is going to be called as Norris sticks a leg out to deflect the pass. Good job, Kellyville, hustling back on that. Hudson had about a one-on-one transition there, and Kellyville closed the defense in a hurry. And there's a turnover there by Cronster as he passed trying to get it to Wiggs, but no good. Rebound by Wiggs as Miles knocked it loose.
Yeah, good tip there by Miles.
And we're at 1-1 as I believe number 3. Nick Hudson called for that foul. It's going to be his 3rd. Sending Mosby to the line, 1-1. As Kellyville's in bonus with Henryetta having 8 team fouls. Not 18 fouls, 8 team fouls. And Mosby misses his first, so he does not get a second attempt. Right at 7 minutes remaining in the ball game. Your score is still 39-33. And another foul called. And that's Miles' 4th foul. So he'll probably he's going to take a break. Tom's going to come in for him right at 7-minute mark. So Coach Fairchild's going to save Miles for a little bit. And Hudson for mid-range jumper for 2. And that ball's stolen. And number 11 on the outside for a 3. And that brings it to a 1-point ball game. So Kellyville with a quick 2-possession offense of scoring 5 points in a hurry within a few seconds of each other to close it to a 1-point ball game with 6:38 left. So Henryetta, again, kind of almost like the second quarter, Jacob. Where they just, Henryetta got on a run. They're on a 5-0 run right now. And that's got them back within 1. So Kellyville needs to hurry or not hurry, but and Wiggs tries to go up for the shot.
That's Hudson's 4th.
I think Hudson took something to the throat on that foul. And Wiggs still struggling. I hate to even say this. He's 1 of 8 from the free throw line tonight. He's very off his game, but he does get that second one. So 2 of 9 for Wiggs. And there's a nice move by Short on the lay-in. Mosby.
Wow, Kenny Mosby.
And that's 12 points on 3-point shots from Mosby. As he keeps Kellyville in the lead, 43-40. And Hudson with all the time in the world on that 3. Alex Hudson had all day. Set his feet, get everything ready. I mean, that was like shooting 3s in practice.
Wiggs is again swiped.
Yeah, no foul called there. And Gobin trying to lead that pass to Hudson, and he just throws it out of bounds. Tie ball game, 43-all. Mosby for 3, and that's off the mark. Gobin with the rebound. No ponies there. So still tie game, 5:04 remaining. You know, Kellyville's had pretty good control of this game, the entire game, but here in the second half, they've allowed Henryetta to kind of take advantage. Moving the ball around, and Henrietta's first lead of the game comes with 4:24 remaining in the game, 45-43. And Mosby on that drive is going to be fouled in transition. They got down quick. So he'll go to the line. Shooting 2 here.
First one's good. Second one's good. Tie ball game again.
45 all, 4:24. Kellyville in double bonus, so any foul is going to send them the line for 2.
Good tip by Chronister there.
Kellyville with 5 team fouls, so they have a couple of fouls to give, which is a good thing. This gets down to a minute or 2 left, and they need to have a foul to give. They'll have 1 or 2, which is always good when you're trying to stop the clock if you need to have those fouls that don't send the team to the line. And Wiggs with the rebound.
Nance to Chronister. Chronister for 3. That's just short. Thomas with the tip. Rebounded by Wiggs. Wiggs gets hit. Short now as he
wow. He
walks
got
a mile.
Yeah, he got away with a walk. And Chronister, that's probably, that's probably a good foul right there. That's probably a good foul, tie ball game. Rice had a kind of a clean look at the goal. Chronister, that's just his 3rd, so he's going to make Rice earn it here. And Rice gets the first one. But still, I think that's a good foul. Make Rice earn it with 2 shots. And number 11 there, I thought just shoved Miles out of bounds. They call it Kellyville ball. Henryetta coach is on fire.
Nance to Wiggs. Wiggs just gets absolutely plummeted. Wow. And Kenny Mosby, 3-pointer to answer back after that as Wiggs is being pulled up off the floor and he's limping away. I didn't see what happened there.
I didn't either. I was looking down. Coach Fairchild he's on fire.
Great for me. I have instant replay on my phone. You guys can rewind and let us know what happened.
Yeah, I was complimenting the officials for having control in the 3rd quarter, but they're starting to lose the control again here late in the game. Tie ball game, 48 all, with right at 3 minutes remaining. Coach Fairchild still in the ear of the official. Wiggs was able to recover. He's still on the floor from that hard fall. I looked up just in time to see him laying on the floor. Didn't see what happened. Nance with the rebound. And the ball stolen by Hudson.
Oh, Hudson picks him up by his foot and throws him on the ground. That's what happened there. He twisted his foot and threw him up on the ground. Here, I'll let you see it for yourself. That way you can kind of. So Nance brings in the ball here. As he gets it to Mosby. We're watching right here for Wiggs. He picks up his foot and throws him on the ground, and they both go down.
Again, another point. OSSAA, if you're listening, another point. 2 officials is not enough. That official did not see that, and I'm sure that's what he told Coach Fairchild, because he's watching the ball, watching the play on the ball, and doesn't see underneath the extracurricular activity that's happened underneath. I know that they struggle to get officials. It's hard to be an official these days, and I have all the respect in the world for them because it is a very difficult job, but they don't make it easy on them. in a situation like this. High school basketball is way too fast-paced in most circumstances for two officials to keep up with. There's just a lot going on.
Especially with something like that we just saw. Mosby gets the ball. He's shooting the three. They're watching the ball. Neither of us saw Wiggs until he was on the ground after the play was over.
Right. And Kellyville turns it over. I believe Wiggs was trying to get it out to Mosby, and I thought it got tipped by Henryetta, but Mosby must have got a hand on it because they – so 2 minutes to play. And Henryetta, surprisingly, looks like they're playing kill the clock with a 2-point lead. They've had plenty of open shots, but so far they've been able to do it. I don't know what point Coach Fairchild's going to call for a foul, or at least get them up on it. So they have to. Minute 30. Henryetta doing a good job killing. They're going to kill. They've almost killed a full minute here because they came down with. And there's a steal by Miles.
And he's fouled. And I believe that's Short's 5th foul, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I'm not 100% for sure, but
his 4th. Oh, 3rd. No, sorry, 3rd.
I think you're thinking of now I can't remember which one that took a seat while ago with 4. And Miles. So Kellyville not doing real well from the line tonight. They've had many attempts.
Wiggs, rebound. Norris, now back to Wiggs. Over to Mosby. Mosby back to Wiggs, over to Norris.
1 minute left. Ponies need 2 to tie, 3 to win.
Miles now to Thomas in the corner. Over to Wiggs in the paint. And that ball's tipped by Palmer. That's still Pony ball.
Jacob, I'll sound like a broken record. We're going to do a full timeout right here. I'll sound like a broken record. 48.2 seconds. We need to drive the paint.
Get a foul.
And score. And don't try to kill the clock.
Exactly.
Drive the paint, score, get a turnover, get a stop on defense, come down and do what we do. High-pace offense, score. So I'm hoping that's Coach Fairchild's writing that up right now. But I've been watching these Kellyville boys for 5-6 years now, and none of the teams, of all the seniors that have come and gone, none of the high school, Kellyville high school boys in the past, I'll even say 6 to 8 years, has been a good kill the clock offense.
Yeah.
And when I say kill the clock, I'm talking about kill the clock with more than 40, 50 seconds to a minute to 2 minutes. We've never been good at doing that. We've tried and tried and tried. And in my opinion, we've always been a really good quick pace offense.
Miles now to Norris.
And we don't seem to be in a hurry, so.
Miles to Thomas. Thomas.
Another timeout. So that takes Kellyville down to 1 timeout. Kellyville still with a foul. They give a foul. Their next foul will send Henryetta to the line 1-on-1. They have 16 fouls. Kellyville in double bonus. So right here, whatever Coach Fairchild comes up with, 34 seconds. And to me, this is why it's important to score as quick as you can, because you run the clock down. Even if you score a 3 to 1 point ball game, you potentially still may have to foul to stop the clock.
Thomas to Norris. Norris taking it back up top. Mosby in the corner. He puts it to Wiggs. Wiggs to Norris.
And they're going to go for one shot.
No call there.
5.8 seconds. So we had just under a minute left, a 2-point ball game, and we go down and try to kill the clock, spend 2 timeouts. And then 5.8 seconds left, 2-point ball game. As one of the fans here in total disagreement with the offensive call. They're trying to kill that clock. Alex Hudson's going to go to the line. Shooting 1-1. So 5.8 seconds. Kellyville doesn't have any timeouts left. So if Hudson misses this free throw, Kellyville's gonna have to hurry to get down the court. 5.8 seconds for a shot. And he makes it, so makes it a 3-point ball game.
.6 seconds left, foul.
As Henryetta came up with that rebound. And that's going to do it. Henryetta with the upset, 51-48. Folks, I'm telling you, I'm not a coach, and I'm not going to second guess Coach Fairchild, but just the history of Pony basketball, they played a heck of a game, but they are not a kill the clock team. They are a fast-paced offense. We had less than a minute left. We should have just played our offense. We probably could have had in that less than a minute. We probably could have had at least 2 or 3 offensive possessions to try to put points on the board. Instead, we tried to possess the ball the entire time. Ended up in a turnover with 5.8 seconds left, and then we had to start fouling, which sent Henryetta to the line. So 51-48 is your final. Henryetta takes the win. And we're going to take a break. We'll come back for your Lady Ponies here in about 8 minutes or so.
Pony fans, we are back. And better than ever, we are here once again in the event center. Starting lineups were just introduced. I didn't catch the starting lineups for Henryetta, so I'm going to go ahead and take those down now. Hit number 4, Michaela Greenhall. Looks like number 22, their numbers are hard to read. 22. Number 5. Harwood has the ball. Over to Kaiser. Kaiser now back to Harwood. Harwood looks for Kaiser again, gets her. Thinks about taking the shot, drives in for the layup. Kirsten Kaiser, first points on the board for the Lady Ponies. Inside the paint. That layup's just off the mark. Rebounded by Emma Pickering. Handed off to Kaiser. Kaiser now to McGuire. McGuire back to Kaiser. Up on top of the wing. On top of the key, sorry. Tipped away. Got by number 22. That's Aaliyah Harjochi. That's rebounded by Byram. Byram looks at Harwood. Doesn't decide to pass it to her. She drives in. Foul. I'm missing a player on the court somewhere. It's like 23. Kaylin Dwiggins. Okay, so finally got the 5 here for the Knights. Byram, first one goes. Second one goes. Byram. Press now, Lady Ponies gets it to number 5, that's Gobin, who passes it to 23, that's Dwiggins. She gets up, Kaiser takes it, and good with the lay-in. Kaiser again, takeaway, layup. It's 8 unanswered points for the Lady Ponies. A timeout called by Henryetta. Terry, welcome back.
Sorry for the delay, man. I'm missing all the excitement.
Well, you only missed about 6 takeaways from Kaiser.
Yeah, to say, what a great start for the Lady Ponies. About a minute and a half into the first quarter here, and they have an 8-0 lead. So here we're back underway.
Here's your starters.
And that ball is knocked out.
McGuire now over to Harwood. Harwood on the wing. Mid-range jumper, and it's good.
Nice shot by Harwood.
Byram, tip.
Wide open underneath, but rebound's no good, and Byram. Byram got the rebound, but they called a foul. They called a foul, I guess they called a foul. Or she stepped out, one of the two.
Dwiggins now with the ball. Gets it to number 3, that's Lee. Lee guarded by Pickering. Over to 5, that's Gobin. Foul. And that's on Byram. Only her first of the game. Kaiser, takeaway. to Harwood. Harwood over to Byram. Byram now to McGuire. McGuire for three. It's just off the mark. Rebounded by number 5. That's Gobin. And she gives it to 23 Dwiggins. Kaiser tip. Can't seem to take the ball away. Now that's Gobin guarded by Byram. Making space here. 23. Dwiggins guarded by Harwood.
Harwood knocks the ball loose. Wiggins, and they're going to call a walk as she goes to the ground with the ball, and I guess a little too much movement while she's sitting on the floor. So going to be Kellyville ball. 4:43 left here in the first. Lady Ponies with the 10-0 lead.
Kaiser over to Harwood. Harwood now into Byram. Byram making way to McGuire. McGuire's shot just short. And that's tipped. Still Lady Pony ball. McGuire guarding 21. That's Bowman. Now Harwood guarding Dwiggins. Greenhaw. Looks like they're going to call a foul on Kaiser. That shot's just off the mark. That shot's just off the mark. Rebounded by McGuire. McGuire takes it to the floor now. Gets it to Harwood. And that ball is taken away. Out of bounds, Lady Pony ball. Harwood to Pickering, over to Kaiser. Kaiser back to Harwood. Harwood for three. Just over. Knights get the ball. Greenhaw passes into Dwiggins.
Still a 10-0 ball game here. 3:34 left in the first.
Harwood guarding Dwiggins, making some space. They're going to get a foul on Harwood there. Gobin fouled. Terry's going to take a short break real quick. McGuire passing into Kaiser. Kaiser dribbling down the floor, pass back to McGuire. McGuire back to Kaiser, over to Harwood. Harwood double teamed. Over to Kaiser now, inside to Peterson. Over to Harwood again. Back to Kaiser up on top, over to Harwood on the wing. Harwood dribbles in, mid-range jumper, just off the mark. Rebounded by calling a foul. Push. That's number 5, that's Gobin. McGuire over to Harwood, over to Byram up on top. Over to Kaiser on the wing. Inside to Byram, back to Kaiser. Kaiser for three. That's just off the mark, rebounded by Gobin. Dwiggins now bringing it up the floor. That's number 10, Lawless. Over to Greenhaw. Back to Gobin as she drives in. That shot's just off the mark. Rebounded Peterson over to McGuire. McGuire picks up the dribble, gets it going, goes down for the layup, and it's good. Tony McGuire, 12-0 ball game now. Lady Ponies in the lead, commanding. Kaiser almost with another takeaway. That's picked up by Greenhaw as she takes it down the floor. Kaiser playing heavy defense. Now it's Gobin, guarded by Peterson. That's Dwiggins, guarded by Harwood and McGuire now. Ball's knocked loose. It's over to 10, Lawless. Now Greenhaw has it. Back over to Lawless again. Over to Gobin, guarded by Peterson. Making space. Almost tipped by Byram. And that's taken away by the Lady Ponies. Byram has it over to McGuire. McGuire lay-in, and it's good. The Lady Ponies have commanded their lead. 14-0 here, minute 36 remaining in the first quarter. Gobin now to Greenhaw. Greenhaw throws it down the floor. That's to Dwiggins. Dwiggins is 2-on-1 right now. She goes back up. Takeaway, Lady Ponies, Byram. Now McGuire takes it down the floor. Still Lady Pony ball as Dwiggins is slow to get up. And she's subbed out for 22, Harjochi. Byram gonna call her for a travel. That's Gobin now bringing it down the floor. Pass over to Harjochi. That's Lee. Foul. And that foul's on Kaiser. That's her second foul of the game. Henryetta ball. Looks like Greenhaw is going to the free throw line. 5 fouls for the Lady Ponies right now. 3 fouls for the Knights, the Lady Knights. Shot 1 is good. That's their first points of the ball game. Shot 2 falls in after the roll around the rim. McGuire now brings it up the floor for the Lady Ponies. She's double teamed, triple teamed. She gets it over to Kreitzer. Kreitzer just off the mark. Rebounded 21. That's Bowman. She throws it down. Greenhaw for 3. That's just off the mark. Rebounded by Gobin. She brings it back out to three-point land. She's guarded by Byram now. Setting the offense up is Gobin. Pony ball, 5 seconds. Gobin holding the ball too long, gets called for the violation. Byram to pass it in for the Lady Ponies, gets it to Harwood. Pickering comes up with it. Now Byram bringing it down the floor, guarded by Harjochi. She takes it up. Passing to Kreitzer. Kreitzer, the layup is good. And that ends the first quarter. Scoreboard showing 14. I'm showing 16. I'm going to say 16-2 Lady Ponies. Yep, there it is. 16-2 Lady Ponies. Commanding lead, commanding first quarter for the Lady Ponies here. Multiple takeaways. Multiple layups, multiple easy shots. Now let's just hope the Lady Ponies can hold on to this lead. I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious. So I'll knock on wood the best I can find it. Lady Knights already back out on the floor. And here come the Lady Ponies. Greenhall passing it in for the Knights.
I need money. You have money? Thank you. I need money for a drink.
Greenhall now guarded by Kreitzer. Heavily guarded by Kreitzer. She gets around her, goes in for the layup, and the layup is good. Now McGuire bringing it up the floor. Pass to Byram, back over to McGuire. Kreitzer on the three-point line. Double team now. Over to McGuire, over to Harwood. Harwood pass back to Byram. Byram dribbles by, goes in for the layup. That's just off the mark. Rebounded by McGuire. She goes back up with it, and it's blocked, and a foul is called. That foul's on number 3. That's Cassidy Lee. That's her second foul of the game. McGuire out of the line to shoot for the Lady Ponies. 5 fouls for the Ponies, 4 fouls for the Knights. McGuire just off the mark with the first one. Second shot, up and good. McGuire now. 7:16 remaining in the second quarter. Dwiggins now, guarded by Harwood. Over to number 10, that's Lawless. To Greenhaw, miscommunication. Pass sailed over, out of bounds. Lady Ponies. Byram pass into McGuire, but gets it back to Byram. Over to McGuire again. Over to Harwood on the wing. Harwood thinks about the shot. Over to McGuire, over to Kreitzer. Kreitzer's now double teamed from a distance. Pickering inside to McGuire. Her shot's blocked. Rebounded by Pickering. Harwood shot from 3. Just off the mark. Rebounded by Lawless. Gets it over to Dwiggins as the Lady Knights sail it down the floor. That ball goes out of bounds. That ball was intended for Harjochi. Now McGuire takes it up the floor over to Byram. Back to McGuire up on top of the key. Over to Harwood. She's guarded heavily by Greenhaw. And they're going to get her for a walk. Sorry for that. Lawless now. To Greenhaw. Foul. That foul's on Kreitzer. That's her first foul of the game. Looks like Kaiser's subbing in for somebody. I'm going to say Dwiggins is at the line to shoot 2. Her first shot's good. Terry had an emergency, had to leave. Don't know what's going on there, and I won't share any specifics, but Terry had an emergency, had to leave, so I'll be covering the rest of this game for you. Kaiser now. Over to Byram. Byram in the corner. Back on top to Kaiser. Kaiser to Harwood, guarded by Greenhaw. Back to Kaiser up on top of the wing, on top of the key. Over to Byram. Byram mid-range jumper, just off the mark. Rebounded by Wow. They're calling a foul on Harwood. Greenhall at the line shooting 1 for 1. Her shot's good, means she get a second. Second shot up and good. Greenhall 2 for 2. McGuire now bringing it down from the floor for the Lady Ponies. Gets it to Pickering. Pickering to Byram. Byram now to Kaiser. Kaiser over to Harwood. That ball's tipped by Greenhaw. Out of bounds. Still Lady Pony ball. Calling Henryetta ball. I missed what was happening there. Pickering with the steal, takes it down. She's fouled by number 10. That's Lawless. That's her first foul of the game. Pickering now at the line. Henrietta's in bonus. Emma Pickering, that shot's off the mark, rebounded by Byram. Gets it to McGuire. McGuire to Harwood, back to McGuire. Almost a miscommunication there. Over to Kaiser, over back to Harwood. Now Harwood to Byram. Byram back to Harwood, over to Kaiser. Kaiser for three, and that shot's good. Kirsten Kaiser, 4-3. Greenhaw, pass to Harjochi. That ball's bounced a little bit too hard. Lawless can't keep a hold of it. Harwood now to Byram. Byram's shot from the free throw line is good. 22-8 the score. 4:33 remaining in the second quarter. Foul. Looks like it's going to go on McGuire. That shot's good. Means she get a second shot. Byram to pass in for the Lady Ponies. She gets it to Pickering. Taken away by Gobin. And that ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Lady Knights. Still Lady Pony ball. McGuire now to Kaiser. Back to McGuire. Over to Harwood. Harwood gets it to Byram. Byram now shoots the three. And it's good. Jocelyn Byram for three. McGuire with a tip. Still Lady Pony ball. Great takeaway there by the Lady Ponies. McGuire now to Kaiser. Kaiser back to McGuire, over to Byram. Byram to Harwood. Harwood hesitates the shot, shoots the three, and it's good! Cameron Harwood for three. Dwiggins, last touch by her leg. Harwood, great defense there to get the turnover. Now the Lady Ponies taking it out. 28-9, 3:46 remaining in the second quarter. McGuire, pass into Harwood. Harwood for three, just off the mark. Rebounded by Greenhaw. She takes it down the floor now for the Lady Knights. Slows down a little bit. Over to Dwiggins. And she's fouled by number 2, Jocelyn Byram. That's her second foul of the game. And Dwiggins will go to the line to shoot 1-and-1. Or sorry, shooting 2. First shot's off the mark. Rebounded by McGuire as that second shot doesn't fall. She gets it to Byram. Byram now to Kaiser. Over back to McGuire. Over to Harwood. That ball's tipped by Dwiggins. Taken away by the Lady Knights. She gets it to Harjochi. And she shoots the mid-range jumper. And it falls in. McGuire now. Over to Harwood. Harwood for three. And it's good. Cameron Harwood for three. Now it's Gobin. That's rebounded by Gobin, and that foul's on Kaiser. Gobin makes the shot and gets the first free throw. Puts them in double bonus. Byram now. Over to McGuire. McGuire over to Harwood. Harwood for three. Almost falls in. Rebounded by Byram. She puts the shot back up. Just off the mark. Peterson with the shot up again. Harwood gets the rebound. The Lady Ponies are going down on defense. So Harwood gets that rebound. Harwood for three. Hesitates on the shot. Hesitates again. Over to Byram. Over to McGuire. McGuire now puts the shot up. And that shot falls in. Tony McGuire for two. Gobin guarded by Peterson. From a distance, she drives in. That shot's just off the mark. That's rebounded by Harjochi, and she puts the ball back up and in. Harwood now. Looks to Peterson, goes in, drives in the lay-in. Cameron Harwood. Layup is good. Now Dwiggins bringing it up the floor, guarded by Harwood. Dwiggins trying to make some space. Ball gets away for a second. That's Gobin, guarded by Peterson. Pickering takes the charge and gets it. Great play there by Emma Pickering to take that charge. That's Gobin's second foul of the game. That gives the Lady Knights 16 fouls as time's winding down here in the second quarter. Keep in mind, the Lady Knights are in double bonus. McGuire now, double team from distance. Pass over to Harwood. Harwood back to Byram. Byram hesitates on the shot. Back over to Harwood. Harwood now looking for somebody over to Pickering. Pickering back to McGuire. McGuire back to Pickering. Pickering does a spin over to McGuire, over to Harwood. Harwood's double teamed, back to McGuire. And the layup is good. Time's ticking down, 37-16, Lady Ponies. 7. Last shot, Dwiggins. Takeaway by Harwood. And buzzer runs out as the ball is getting away. The Lady Ponies, 37-16, halftime. Wow. Dwiggins is limping off the floor. Hope she can take a minute to rest and get back out there. She's playing really good ball. I have no words other than wow for the Lady Ponies. So, I mean, I just don't know what else to say other than that. They're playing great basketball right now. They just got to keep it up. 9:37 remaining in the half. I'm going to take a quick break because they're bringing out the Chuck-a-Duck thing. So if you're hearing this little squeak, that means I've got a rubber ducky in my hand. And I already told my dad that he's got one coming for his face down there at the scorer's table. So we'll see how good my aim is and how good I can throw this duck. So we will be back in just a second, or here in about 8 minutes. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll see you back here in about 8 minutes. So if you see a duck hit my dad in the face, it was me, and you're welcome. We're back for the third quarter. Lady Ponies 37, Henryetta Golden Lady Knights 16. I don't know if you saw me down there, but I did end up hitting my dad with the duck. I knew I couldn't hit him from up here in the booth, so I had to go down there and actually fairly hit him. He didn't see it coming either, so. Pony ball starting the third quarter. Kaiser passing it into McGuire. McGuire now brings it across half court. She's guarded distantly from Harjochi. Back to Kaiser on the top. Harwood on the wing now. Over to Byram. Byram's ball is tipped away. Over to Kaiser now. Back to Harwood. Harwood open three-pointer. Just off the mark. Rebounded. Henryetta ball. Fouls on Byram. That's her third foul of the game. Dwiggins now bringing up the floor for the Lady Knights. I'm going to take a quick second here just to let you watch and go on mute for a second. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. Gobin now. Pass inside. That's tipped by Kaiser. Take away Harwood. McGuire back to Harwood. She's double teamed. Mid-range jumper. That's just off the mark. That's rebounded by Greenhall. Harjochi now up on top of the key. Guarded from distance by McGuire. She passes over to number 3, Lee. Dwiggins now. Guarded from distance by Harwood. Inside to Lee. And the lay-in is good. First points of the third quarter go to the Knights. Kaiser leading it down the floor now. To McGuire, back to Kaiser. Back to McGuire. Pass inside to Pickering. Pickering goes up with it. That shot's just off the mark. That's rebounded by Cassidy Lee. Over to Greenhall. She passes to Dwiggins, guarded by Harwood. Inside to Harjochi. That's rebounded by Kaiser. Kaiser takes the ball, passes to to McGuire, and then she passes it over to Harwood. Gobin goes after that ball. Last touch by the Lady Ponies. Dwiggins now, guarded from distance by Harwood. 21, travel. 21 is Bowman. Kaiser. To McGuire. Back to Kaiser. Kaiser from 3, just off the mark, rebounded by Gobin. Dwiggins now, guarded from distance by Harwood. She passes inside to Lee as she takes the mid-range jumper, and it's good. 17-point ball game now. Kaiser to McGuire, back to Kaiser. Kaiser over to Harwood. Harwood looking for an opportunity as Greenhall gets inside. Harwood mid-range jumper. Last touch by McGuire. That's Henryetta Knight ball. Dwiggins now. Over to Gobin. Inside to Lee. Lee's lay-in is good. Student section is rocking tonight. Lady Knights back out on the floor. I apologize for it just being me. I don't keep stats or much. I just talk and probably go back and watch later and see what stats I can come up with. Lady Pony's still talking it over. Kaiser now bringing it up the floor for the Lady Ponies. Pass inside to Kreitzer. Kreitzer gets to McGuire, back up to Kaiser. Kaiser over to Harwood. Harwood back to Kaiser. Kaiser for three. Just off the mark, rebounded by Kreitzer. She puts it back up and in. Erica Kreitzer for two. That's the Lady Ponies' first bucket of the third period. Or sorry, the third quarter with 4 minutes remaining in the game. Lee comes up with that ball, jump ball. Stays Henryetta Knight ball. Pass inside, that's tipped by Kreitzer. Gobin takes it, guarded by Peterson, gets her own rebound. Shot comes up short. She takes it back out up to the wing. Over to Lee, guarded by Peterson. Passes it to Dwiggins. She's guarded by Harwood. Kreitzer with the tip. Out of bounds. Stays with the Lady Knights. Bowman now. Guarded by Kreitzer. Great defense there. Saved by Greenhaw. Peterson comes up with it. Tie up on the floor. Jump ball, that's Lady Pony ball. McGuire to Kaiser. Kaiser back to McGuire. Over to Harwood, back to McGuire up on top of the key. Back to Harwood. Harwood hesitates on the shot, drives in. Pass inside to Kreitzer. That pass is tied in. They're going to call a foul. That foul's on 23 Dwiggins, I'm sorry. Peterson to pass inside for the Ponies now. She gets it to Kaiser over in the corner. Kaiser for three, just off the mark. Rebounded by Kreitzer. And they're going to call her for a travel as she goes down. Greenhall, guarded by Peterson, goes inside. Lay-in is good. Kaiser now bringing it up the floor for the Lady Ponies. Pass to McGuire, pass back up to Kaiser. Kaiser drives in, lay-in, just in and out. Rebounded by Kreitzer. Kreitzer, her shot's just no good. That's rebounded by Harjochi as multiple tip-offs happen. Harwood guarding her closely now over to Gobin. Cassidy Lee with the foul. That's her third of the game. McGuire now bringing it up the floor for the Lady Ponies. 39-24, 1:53 remaining in the third. Kreitzer inside. Shot's just off the mark. Rebound Peterson. Throws it back up. That shot's just off the mark. Tie up, jump ball. That's going to the Lady Knights. Sub-ins. Pickering comes in for Kreitzer. She's limping off the floor. Looks like she tweaked her ankle a little bit. Dwiggins guarded by Harwood. Pass to Bowman. That shot's short. Rebounded by McGuire. She's going to be fouled. It's only her first of the game as McGuire brings it up the floor for the Lady Ponies now. She passes it to Kaiser on the wing. Back to McGuire up top. Over to Harwood. That ball is tipped by Greenhaw. McGuire back to Kaiser. Kaiser over to McGuire again. She drives in, back out to Kaiser. Kaiser hesitates on the shot. Looks for Harwood. Harwood hesitates on the shot. She drives in, pass to Pickering. Pickering holds onto the ball, gets it back out to Harwood. Harwood over to Kaiser. Kaiser over to McGuire. McGuire guarded by Bowman. As he gets over to Harwood. Harwood for three! Just off the mark, rebounded by McGuire. McGuire drives in. She's stopped up, tries to pass it to Peterson, just goes out of bounds. Peterson playing heavy defense on Greenhall. Over to Harjochi. Pass inside, taken away by Kaiser. She dribbles it up the floor now. Pass to McGuire, and the lay-in's good. The Lady Ponies, 41 points. 16 seconds in the third. Dwiggins guarded by Harwood. Time runs out. 41-24 into the third. Lady Ponies, of course. Very impressive game played by the Lady Ponies here. Multiple takeaways, multiple steals, multiple three-pointers. Getting layups in when they need to go in, fouls called when they need to be fouled. I mean, you can't complain about a game like this. Kaiser passes it into Byram. Back to Kaiser. Over to Byram again. Byram looks to Harwood but passes to Kaiser. Back to Byram. Inside to Pickering. Over to Harwood. Back to Byram. Gets to Kaiser again. Inside to Pickering. Back to Byram. Byram drives in. That shot's just off the mark. Rebounded by Lee. Now Gobin brings it up for the Lady Knights. Lee wants to go with the shot. Realizes she's heavily guarded. Gobin now. Or sorry. Greenhall now for three. Byram over to Kaiser. Kaiser back to Byram. Back to Kaiser again. Over to Harwood. Harwood. That's tipped and taken away by Greenhaw. She waits for her offense to set up down the floor over to Dwiggins. Now Dwiggins to Gobin. Kreitzer guarding Gobin. Now Lee up top, guarded by Pickering. Gobin couldn't get a handle on it, so the ball goes out of bounds. That's Lady Pony ball. Kaiser now bringing it up the floor for the Lady Ponies. Over to Byram. Byram back to Kaiser. Back to Byram again. That shot's just off the mark, rebounded by Gobin. Can't get a handle on it, finally gets it back up. Gobin bringing it down for the Lady Knights, sorry. Loses her dribble there for just a second. Over to Greenhaw for three. Lady Ponies calling a timeout. I can't speak for Coach Todd here, but I would assume they're going to try to run the clock out. 11-point ball game. Was once, if I remember right, a 17-point ball game. Both teams coming up on the floor. Byram looks like she's going to pass it in for the Lady Ponies. Over to Kaiser. Kaiser back to Byram. Back to Kaiser up top. Back over to Byram. Inside to Harwood. That pass is tipped. Harwood takes a hit there. McGuire. As she's going to go to the line to shoot. That's Lee's fourth of the game. McGuire at the line to shoot two. Peterson subbing in for Byram. McGuire, shots are off the mark. Rebounded by Greenhaw. Takes it at the floor for the Lady Knights. Lee, pass to Dwiggins. Dwiggins guarded by Harwood now. In the corner, over to Gobin. 30-second timeout, charge to the Lady Knights. Once again, just an amazing game. Amazingly different from the first go-around of tonight's doubleheader. Harjochi throwing in the ball for the Lady Knights. Guarded by McGuire. Gets it to Greenhall. Back to Harjochi. Back to Greenhall inside. Guarded by Kaiser. Shots just off the mark. Rebounded by Lee. Jump ball. That's going to be Lady Night ball. Greenhall passing to Lee. She's fouled by Peterson. Sorry, she's fouled by Kaiser. That's Kaiser's fourth. Lee at the line. Shots just off the mark. Gets a second opportunity. Henryetta has 4 fouls. The Lady Ponies have 2 here in the second half. Rebound Peterson. Gets it to Kaiser. Kaiser's tackled. That foul is on Greenhall. It's only her second foul of the game. Kaiser throws it in for the Lady Ponies. McGuire over to Kaiser. That ball's tipped by Harjochi. McGuire takes it in. That layup's just short. Rebound by McGuire. Gets to Kreitzer, sorry. And she puts it back up for 2. Gobin to Harjochi. Her three-pointer's just long. Rebounded by Lee. McGuire goes down for the layup. She's fouled. That's Lee's 5th foul of the game. They got to sub her out. Gobin's 3rd foul. Not Lee's 5th foul. McGuire. First shot, good. 43-30. 3:46 remaining in the 4th. McGuire still has another one to shoot. Second shot. Up and good. Tony McGuire, free throw. Shots are good. 43-30. Dwiggins. Shots just short. Rebound Kreitzer. Last touch by Kreitzer, so that stays night ball. Greenhall pass in, tipped by McGuire. She takes it down the court now. That shot, Peterson's fouled. She's going to go to the line. That puts the Lady Ponies in bonus. That's Gobin's 4th. Peterson, first shot, good. Peterson's second shot. Up. Just off the back iron. Rebound Bowman. Bowman over to Lawless. That ball's tipped by Kaiser. Runaway ball now. Picked up by Greenhall. Over to Gobin. Peterson guarding closely. Dwiggins over to Bowman. Guarded from distance by McGuire. 46-30. 2:45 remaining in this ball game. Mid-range shot, no good. Kaiser waits down there for the rebound. She takes it down there. Her layup's just off the mark. Rebound Peterson. Peterson puts it back up. Rebound Kreitzer. That shot's blocked. Henryetta ball. That foul's on 35, looks like. That's Kreitzer's second foul of the game. Bowman to Lawless, guarded by Peterson. That's Gobin. And they're going to get a foul on Peterson on the three-pointer. The crowd has kind of dwindled out here in the event center. Gobin's shot is good. First shot. 31-44. Sorry, 31-46. Second shot's off the mark. Third shot coming up. Third shot bounces in and out. Rebound Peterson. Now Kaiser takes it up the floor for the Lady Ponies. Harwood over to McGuire, back to Kaiser. Kaiser back to McGuire. Over to Harwood. Harwood mid-range jumper. And it's good. Cameron Harwood, 48-31. 2 minutes left in the ball game. Dwiggins bringing it down the floor for the Lady Knights. Lawless now guarded by Kreitzer. Pass almost tipped by Kaiser. Rebound Peterson over to Kaiser. She's guarded by Dwiggins. Passes to Harwood. Harwood over to Kreitzer. Kreitzer with the lay-in, and it's good. Erica Kreitzer. Lady Ponies absolutely taking control of this game. Dwiggins guarded by Harwood. Over to Lawless, guarded by Kreitzer. Now to Gobin, guarded by Peterson. Over to Dwiggins, guarded by Harwood. Drives in. They're going to get Harwood on the foul. Coach Todd in high disagreement with that call, as am I, as Harwood only got the ball. Ref had clear vision of that. That's Harwood's third foul of the game. 30-second timeout called by Coach Todd, as she was in high disagreement of that call. What it looked like just Harwood just got her hand on the ball. She didn't hit the girl in any other way. She just got her hand on the ball, and they called the foul. Lady Knights already back on the floor, as are the Lady Ponies. Dwiggins. First shot off the mark. Second shot. Goes in. Cargill now. Inside to Smith. Smith's shot just off the mark, rebounded by Greenhaw. Cargill playing close defense. Greenhaw takes it in for the easy lay-in. Cargill now bringing it up the floor for the Lady Ponies. Pass over to Warnock. Back to Cargill. Taken away. Rebounded by Butler. Cargill bringing it up the floor. 15 seconds left. Pass is tipped. Taken away by 13. That's Morrison. That's taken away by Cargill. She takes it up the floor now for the Lady Ponies. And she's tripped up as time expires. And the refs call the ball game. Final score here at the Event Center, Lady Ponies 50. Henryetta Lady Knights 34. Usually now we go over our stat sheet, but I don't have that. But I will say that there was a great game played by both teams. Lady Ponies especially dominating here, mostly in the first half. They completely dominated the first half. Multiple takeaways, multiple three-pointers, jump shots, everything that you can imagine. The Lady Ponies did it right. And they did it good. The boys, they played a wonderful game as well. Of course, there was a lot of tie-ups. There was a lot of controversy there in that first game. A lot of aggression, a lot of unmasked calls. But I will say that both teams played great games tonight. Lady Ponies, congratulations on the win. We will be back next Tuesday night. I'm not sure who we play. Morris, from the sounds of it. Morris, here in the Event Center. We will be there. So, once again, great games tonight. We hope to see you guys Tuesday. If you can't make it here, watch it here on KV Rising. Big shout out to our friend Bruce Jones from the Henryetta.com, as he was over there tonight recording on the other side. Big shout out to him. Make sure you go check out his website. It's the Henryetta.com. So once again, here from the Event Center, final score 50-34. Lady Ponies came out on top. Congratulations to both teams. Thank you for watching tonight, thank you for watching tonight, Pony fans. Hope to see you Tuesday. If not, then we'll see you here on KV Rising. Good night, KV Rising.